Welcome to Oxford, England, a city steeped in history, ancient architecture, and world-renowned learning. Today, we will explore two of its most remarkable cultural treasures, the Bodleian Library and the Museum of the History of Science. Join us as we step into centuries of knowledge, discovery, and human creativity. Oxford is a historic city in the county of Oxfordshire, located in the southeast of England, approximately 90 minutes by train or car from London. Known worldwide as the home of the University of Oxford, the city is filled with centuries-old architecture, narrow cobbled streets, and a vibrant academic atmosphere. At the heart of the city lies the Bodleian Library, one of Europe's oldest libraries. It occupies several historic buildings, including the Radcliffe Camera, the Divinity School, Duke Humphreys Library, and the Weston Library. The library is located on Broad Street and serves as a central hub for scholars, researchers, and students from all over the world. Its proximity to other famous university landmarks makes it an easy walk to explore multiple historic sites in one visit. Nearby is the Museum of the History of Science, housed in the old Ashmolean building on Broad Street. Built in the late 17th century, it is the oldest surviving purpose-built museum building in the world. The museum contains thousands of scientific instruments, from astrolabes to early telescopes, showcasing humanity's efforts to understand and measure the natural world. Its location in central Oxford makes it accessible for visitors exploring the city, offering a perfect complement to the rich academic and cultural heritage of the Bodleian Library. The area around these institutions is filled with other historic attractions. The Radcliffe Camera, a circular neoclassical building, is part of the Bodleian complex and one of the most photographed landmarks in Oxford. The Sheldonian Theatre, designed by Sir Christopher Wren, hosts graduation ceremonies and concerts. The Divinity School, with its intricate Gothic vaulted ceiling, is not only an architectural masterpiece but also a filming location for movies like Harry Potter. Walking through this area gives visitors a deep sense of Oxford's history, its university culture, and the centuries of learning that continue to thrive here today. The Bodleian Library is one of the oldest libraries in Europe and a central symbol of the University of Oxford. Its origins date back to the 15th century when Duke Humphrey of Gloucester, the youngest son of King Henry IV, donated his collection of manuscripts to the university. This early library, known as Duke Humphreys Library, was intended to provide scholars with access to important classical and religious texts. Over time, the library fell into disrepair, particularly during the Reformation, when many books and manuscripts were lost or neglected. In the late 16th century, Sir Thomas Bodley, a diplomat and scholar, took on the ambitious task of restoring and expanding the library. In 1602, he officially reopened it as the Bodleian Library, with the aim of creating a center of learning that would rival the great libraries of Europe. Bodley secured generous donations, established strict rules for the care of books, and developed a system for cataloging and preserving manuscripts. One of the unique traditions of the Bodleian Library is the library oath, which every reader must take before being allowed access. Visitors pledge to treat the books with care and respect, promising not to damage or remove them improperly. This oath reflects the library's centuries-long commitment to safeguarding knowledge. Throughout its history, the Bodleian has continually grown, both in terms of its collections and its physical space. Today, it houses over 13 million printed items, including rare manuscripts, early printed books, maps, and letters from some of the world's most influential thinkers. The Bodleian has also embraced modern technology, digitizing rare works to make them accessible to researchers worldwide, while preserving the originals for future generations. Visiting the Bodleian is like stepping into a living history of scholarship. From medieval manuscripts to Tolkien's original maps of Middle, every corner of the library tells a story of intellectual curiosity and the enduring value of knowledge. The Bodleian Library is not a single building, but a remarkable collection of historic structures, each with its own unique architectural style and story. Together, they form one of the most visually stunning and historically significant library complexes in the world. One of the most iconic buildings is the Radcliffe Camera, completed in 1749. Designed by architect James Gibbs, this circular, neoclassical building serves as a reading room and is instantly recognizable for its domed roof. It is often featured in photographs of Oxford and is connected to the Bodleian through underground passages. Another architectural gem is the Divinity School, built in the 15th century. This room is renowned for its intricate Gothic vaulted ceiling, featuring elaborate Leorn ribs that create a star-like pattern. Originally used for lectures in theology, it is now also a major attraction for visitors and has been featured as the Hogwarts Infirmary in the Harry Potter films. Duke Humphreys Library, the oldest reading room in the Bodleian, is another highlight. It contains medieval manuscripts and rare early printed books, with tall wooden bookshelves and decorative carvings. Walking through this library offers a glimpse into the intellectual world of scholars from centuries past. The Weston Library is a more modern addition, carefully renovated to accommodate exhibitions, rare book collections, and conservation work. Its design blends contemporary architecture with the historic style of the Bodleian complex, allowing visitors to experience both the library's rich history and its modern functionality. Beyond these major buildings, the Bodleian complex includes courtyards, staircases, and cloisters that reflect the university's medieval and Renaissance heritage. Each space is thoughtfully preserved, creating an atmosphere that combines scholarly tradition with architectural beauty. Together, these buildings make visiting the Bodleian not only a journey through knowledge but also through centuries of architectural evolution. The Bodleian Library is home to one of the most extensive and diverse collections in the world, with over 13 million printed items and countless manuscripts, maps, and letters. Its holdings span centuries of human knowledge, covering fields such as literature, science, religion, history, and art. Among the most famous treasures is the Gutenberg Bible, one of the earliest books ever printed using movable type. This remarkable work represents the beginning of the printing revolution in Europe and is a symbol of the library's commitment to preserving knowledge. Another highlight is Shakespeare's First Folio, published in 1623. This collection of Shakespeare's plays is one of the rarest and most valuable literary works in existence. Scholars from around the world visit the Bodleian to study its pages and gain insight into early modern English literature. Fans of fantasy literature will be fascinated by J.R.R. Tolkien's original maps and manuscripts of Middle. These documents reveal the author's creative process and provide a tangible connection to one of the most beloved fictional worlds ever created. The library also houses an extensive collection of medieval manuscripts, illuminated texts, early scientific works, rare maps, and letters from historical figures. Many of these documents are centuries old and require careful preservation to ensure they remain accessible to future generations. Visitors to the Bodleian can also explore temporary exhibitions, which often feature unique items from the library's collections. These exhibitions provide an opportunity to see rare and valuable works up close, offering a deeper appreciation of the library's cultural and intellectual significance. The Bodleian's collections are not just for display, they continue to serve scholars, researchers, and students worldwide. Through both physical access and modern digitization projects, the library ensures that centuries of human knowledge remain alive, relevant, and inspiring. Just a short walk from the Bodleian Library, the Museum of the History of Science offers a fascinating journey into humanity's pursuit of knowledge and understanding of the natural world. Located in the old Ashmolean building on Broad Street, this museum is notable for being the world's oldest surviving purpose-built museum building. Constructed in the late 17th century, the museum officially opened in 1924 and has since become a center for the study and display of scientific instruments, artifacts, and historical tools. Its collection spans over 20,000 objects, showcasing instruments used for astronomy, navigation, mathematics, medicine, and early technology from around the world. Visitors to the museum can see how science developed over centuries, from the earliest attempts to measure the stars and map the Earth, to breakthroughs in physics, medicine, and engineering. The museum tells the story of curiosity and innovation, highlighting the people and tools that shaped our understanding of the universe. The Museum of the History of Science is not only a place for scholars but also an educational space for the public. It hosts exhibitions, lectures, workshops, and interactive displays, allowing visitors of all ages to explore science in a hands-on and engaging way. Its central location in Oxford makes it an ideal complement to the Bodleian Library. While the library preserves centuries of written knowledge, the museum preserves the physical instruments that helped humanity explore, measure, and understand the world around them. Together, they provide a complete picture of Oxford's rich intellectual and scientific heritage. The Museum of the History of Science is home to an extraordinary collection of historical scientific instruments and artifacts that highlight the evolution of human understanding. Among the most notable exhibits is Einstein's blackboard, used during his 1931 lecture at Oxford. The equations written on it remain preserved, offering a direct link to one of the greatest minds in science. The museum also houses a collection of intricate instruments developed by Islamic scholars as early as the 11th century. These devices were used to measure the positions of stars and planets and represent the global contributions to astronomy throughout history. Another key exhibit is the replica of Galileo's telescope, alongside other early optical instruments, demonstrating how astronomers began exploring the heavens with newly invented tools. The museum also displays microscopes, compasses, sundials, and globes that were essential for navigation, exploration, and scientific discovery in previous centuries. Medical history is represented through early surgical instruments and alchemical tools, showing the development of medicine and chemistry over time. The museum also features historic cameras and photographic equipment, illustrating the evolution of recording and documenting knowledge. Together, these exhibits provide a tangible connection to the tools that shaped modern science. Visitors can see how curiosity, experimentation, and innovation have driven human progress for hundreds of years. Each object tells a story not only of scientific achievement but also of the cultures, ideas, and individuals behind these discoveries. The museum's combination of rare artifacts, educational displays, and historical context makes it a captivating experience for scholars, students, and casual visitors alike, bridging the gap between past discoveries and contemporary understanding. Today, both the Bodleian Library and the Museum of the History of Science continue to play vital roles in education, research, and public engagement. The Bodleian Library remains a fully functioning library, serving students, academics, and researchers from around the world. It provides access to its vast collections while also embracing modern technology, digitizing rare manuscripts and books so that scholars can study them remotely without risking damage to the originals. The library also hosts temporary exhibitions, public talks, and guided tours, giving visitors a chance to explore its treasures beyond regular reading rooms. Programs are often designed to appeal to a wide audience, from casual tourists to serious researchers, ensuring that knowledge is accessible to everyone. The Museum of the History of Science engages the public through a variety of educational programs. Visitors can participate in interactive workshops, guided tours, lectures, and family-friendly activities. These programs allow people of all ages to learn about the development of scientific instruments, the history of medicine, astronomy, navigation, and other fields in a hands-on and memorable way. Both institutions also collaborate with international scholars and universities, contributing to global research projects and exhibitions. They provide a bridge between the historical legacy of knowledge and contemporary scientific and academic pursuits. Together, the Bodleian Library and the Museum of the History of Science show that Oxford is not just a city of history, but also a living center of learning and discovery. They demonstrate the importance of preserving the past while inspiring future generations to explore, study, and innovate. For anyone planning to visit, the Bodleian Library and the Museum of the History of Science are both conveniently located on Broad Street in central Oxford, making them easy to explore in a single day. The Bodleian Library offers a range of guided tours that allow visitors to access some of its most famous spaces, including the Divinity School, Duke Humphreys Library, and sometimes the Radcliffe Camera. Tours are recommended, as some areas of the library are only accessible with a guide. Visitors are encouraged to book tickets in advance, especially during peak tourist seasons. Photography may be restricted in certain areas, and everyone must take the traditional library oath before entering the reading rooms. The Museum of the History of Science is free to enter, though donations are welcome to support the museum's work. It is suitable for visitors of all ages, with interactive displays, exhibitions, and educational activities. Guided tours and workshops may also be available, so it's worth checking the museum's website for current schedules and special events. Transportation to the sites is straightforward. Oxford Railway Station is about a 15-minute walk from Broad Street, and the city is well served by buses and taxis. For those exploring on foot, the streets around the Bodleian and the museum are pedestrian-friendly and offer the chance to admire Oxford's historic architecture along the way. Nearby attractions, including the Radcliffe Camera, Sheldonian Theatre, and Oxford University colleges, make this area a cultural hub. Visitors can easily combine their library and museum visits with walks through Oxford's picturesque streets, historic courtyards, and riverside paths along the Thames and Cherwell. The Bodleian Library and the Museum of the History of Science together represent the heart of Oxford's intellectual and cultural heritage. The Bodleian stands as a guardian of knowledge, preserving centuries of manuscripts, rare books, and scholarly works that continue to inspire researchers and visitors alike. The Museum of the History of Science complements this by showcasing the instruments and tools that helped humanity explore, understand, and measure the world. About visiting these institutions is more than just a sightseeing experience. It is a journey through time, offering a glimpse into the curiosity, innovation, and dedication that have shaped human knowledge. From medieval manuscripts and Shakespeare's First Folio to Einstein's blackboard and ancient scientific instruments, each artifact tells a story of discovery and creativity. Whether you are a student, a scholar, or a curious traveler, the Bodleian Library and the Museum of the History of Science invite you to explore, learn, and be inspired. Walking through their halls, you can feel the centuries of human thought, imagination, and discovery come alive. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Oxford's remarkable heritage. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for more explorations of incredible libraries, museums, and historic landmarks around the world.